Hello everyone, welcome to my weekly live stream. If you are here live, make sure you let me know in the comments that you're here and you're going to join me today and help me discuss all the new beauty releases. So for those of you that are new around here, I do a weekly live stream where I talk about the new beauty releases. We have a chat live about whether we are going to be purchasing them, what we think about them, if we aren't going to be purchasing them, why we're not going to be purchasing them, and all that jazz. I'm going to do my disclaimer here. I hate that I have to do this, but I've had people comment on my videos before saying I'm extremely negative, and I am negative for a reason. I have a rather large makeup collection. I know a lot of my community has a rather large makeup collection, and I know myself as well as us as a collective are trying to pan a lot of stuff that we have in our collection or use up what we have already in our collection. So that is why we're very critical of what we are looking at in these weekly live streams. And we also are very picky about what we're going to be bringing into our collection. So if you don't like listening to people smack talk your favorite makeup brands or any makeup collaborations between your favorite influencers, this is probably not the place for you. But if you do like seeing people smack talk makeup, then this is definitely the place for you. And if you are watching the replay, I hope one day that you can make the live stream. I do this every single Sunday at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. If you'll just excuse me for one moment, I'm just going to mute the mic for a second. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I have some allergies this morning, so I don't want to really subject you to me blowing my nose and sanitizing my hands afterwards. So if I mute my mic, that's why. I'm just waiting for my antihistamines to kick in. Anyway, so as per usual, I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to jump on Instagram. So on Instagram, I follow the girls at Beauty News. So Kat and Haley on their Instagram page, Beauty News Official. Anything that I can't find on Beauty News's Instagram page, I find on Trend Mood. And then for indie makeup releases, I follow Indie Makeup Spotlight and Indie Mood. So if you want to find any Instagram pages and keep up to date on the new releases in the beauty community, I suggest those for Instagram pages. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to share my screen with you and we're going to start looking at some new beauty releases. So right now you should see my Instagram feed. Okay, so this is Kat and Haley's Instagram page from Beauty News. And now's the fun part where I've got to try and remember where we got up to last week. I think this is the last thing we spoke about last week was the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. I'm not going to talk about this one right now because Menagerie just sneak peeked the photos of this, I think yesterday. So Beauty News have a photo further up in their feed of what the palette actually looks like on the inside. So let's start with this stuff then from Tarte. Tarte are expanding their Maracuja range with 2 new items. So this is the Tinted Hydrator in 20 shades and the Maracuja Miracle Mist Setting Mist. So this is the Tinted Hydrator. So it's like a tinted moisturizer. It is vegan, ultra lightweight, hydrating tinted moisturizer. Delivers a sheer wash of color while infusing skin with Maracuja superfruit for 12 hours of hydration and wear. Just apply with the fingertips. So, is that it? 2, 4, 5, 5. Okay, that's it. That's all that there is. The shade range is definitely not the best. These swatches are definitely something else. Just give These swatches are definitely something else. They look like they have been photoshopped onto the arm. Definitely, if you can see, like here, they just don't look like they match up with the arm. They look like they kind of go over the edge of the arm, or there's a lot of build-up. So they've like applied it quite thick, which kind of makes sense. It being a tinted moisturizer, it kind of makes sense that they would build it up a little bit, so you can definitely see the color. But it doesn't look it doesn't look the most impressive in the swatches when you see, like, they look like they're not on the arm properly. They look like they've been swatched on something else and then like photoshopped onto the arm. I don't think the shade range is the best. I know a lot of brands seem to think that they can get away with not having as many shade ranges when there's more of a sheerer coverage, but when you have super deep skin, this is probably not going to cut it. Even it being sheer, it's still not going to cut it. So not the most impressed with the shade range, and I get a little bit annoyed when brands think that they can get away with not having a good coverage of shades when they have a sheer coverage product. I just don't think it's a good enough excuse. I think people that have really, really deep skin tone and really, really light skin tone still deserve to have a foundation or a shade to match them. And even if you have like super porcelain skin, I don't think this is going to be light enough either. It's good to see that they have kind of a decent coverage of undertones between them. But I just think that a brand can definitely get away with 20 shades if they have a good coverage. Like if they cover really, really deep to really, really light really well across those 20 shades, I think they can get away with it. But I don't think this is good enough. This right here, Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist. This packaging looks exactly the same as the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I feel like Tarte is just kind of laughing in Morphe's face. They're like, we have cracked the code, we have figured you out, we know where you get this packaging from, and they have just kind of said, stuff it, we're going to bring out our own. I'm not quite sure how this will go in terms of setting. It does have maracuja oil in it, so I'm not quite sure how this would go in terms of longevity. If you are someone that has drier skin, you probably will find this will work for you because it's supposed to give you a radiant finish as well as hydrate your skin. So if you have a drier skin, this one will probably definitely be really good for you. It sounds like it must. So I'm not quite sure about this one. I've definitely heard from people in my community. I know last time we were talking about the new Morphe products, there was people commenting saying that it didn't help the longevity of their makeup with their oily skin. So I don't think this is going to be helpful for that either. So I'd be interested to hear what people think of this. I find this very strange. This thing right here that they've done where they've got the with maracuja mist and without maracuja mist, I think that if they actually did what they did to the swatch down here to the top one, the same thing would happen. If you're going to smear your finger through a swatch, the same thing is going to happen. I just think this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. The with and without. Anyway, I'm not interested in any of these products. I don't. Yeah, this one here, the tinted hydrator, it's not going to work for my skin tone, especially if it does have that maracuja oil in it. My skin isn't, what's the word? My skin reacts fairly well to the maracuja oil, but I think for a like a daytime base product, I don't think it's going to work. If I ever use oils on my skin, I use them at nighttime. I don't apply them through the morning. They just don't work on my skin throughout the day. My skin produces a lot of oils throughout the day. So this one is definitely not going to work for me. But it's good to see them expand their range, I guess. Just like to see something new from Tarte. That's all. Okay. Carolyn has made it to the chat. Good morning to you, Carolyn. Good to see you again. Moving on to this product here. I'm a little bit excited about this product. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I am interested in this product, because it is literally just like a brow wax. But I am kind of trying to find a nice brow product to set my eyebrows in place. I like the pomade that I'm using, but I feel like it doesn't quite do much with like shaping my brows. So this is an interesting product, and this is from Patrick Ta, and I know a lot of people speak really, really highly of Patrick Ta and his products. So I'm interested to hear what people say about this. This rose gold, I don't know what it is about rose gold, but it gets me every time. This rose gold brush right here looks stunning. I don't need another double-ended eyebrow brush, but it does look stunning. This only comes in 2 shades though. I don't know. I feel like it should be more shades. Definitely more shades. Maybe like a light, medium, deep, and then a clear. But I don't think 2 shades is enough. I think this one could pull up almost like a little bit dandruffy on really dark brows. And then if you almost have like jet black brows, this is not going to be dark enough for you. It seems to give a really nice effect on the eyebrows. It doesn't say in any of these pictures, though, whether they're actually using the tinted product on any of these. So I can't really comment on. I would imagine maybe 1 or 2 of these are using the tinted product. But it does seem to give a nice shape. It just depends on what kind of effect you like for your brows. If you like this really brushed up effect. But as you can see in this second picture here, you can kind of shape your brows for how you want. Like, you don't have to have them completely brushed up like this effect. You can have like a more natural shape if you prefer. And it's obviously a product that you can use to manipulate your brows however you want and whatever shape you want them in. So I like the idea of this product. I like the fact that it is like a cake. I think this would last longer. Obviously, if you are using this on other people, you need to be very careful and conscious about hygiene and not dipping back into this after you've used it on after you've used an applicator on someone else. You need to be really conscious about hygiene with this product. If you're using it on yourself, obviously you don't need to be as conscious about hygiene, but I would definitely still recommend being more hygienic with a product like this. Especially if you're using the clear in combination with a pomade or a like brow pencil or anything like that. This clear one's going to get really gross and janky really quickly if you are like dipping backwards and forwards constantly from this pot when you've already applied the pomade. This one is going to change color and get really gross really quickly. So I think a product like this, you really need to be conscious of hygiene and trying to keep it as clean as possible, just because of the design of the packaging. Because I think that these kind of products, these like more cake style wax products, can often get really gross quickly if you're not careful. The same way that a tinted or a clear brow gel in one of the mascara tubes can get really gross if you're like applying it to the brows after you've had your pomade applied and then dipping back into the tube. Like the Anastasia clear brow gel gets really gross quickly if you are doing that as well. So it's not just it's not just these products that can get really gross. It's just like eyebrow products in general. They can get really gross if you are dipping backwards and forwards between your brows and the product when you've already applied like a pomade. We have some more people that have joined the chat. Felicity has made it. Felicity, I have not seen you in ages, girl. And Fiona has also made it. Good morning to the both of you. I would be interested to hear reviews and comments about this product. What do you guys think of this product? I feel like this would definitely last a lot longer. Maybe it would just depend on how quickly this product starts drying out once you start using it. Like if it dries out when it's exposed to the air. Actually, that's the other thing that it doesn't say, because I know a lot of other products like this, you have to apply a mist or water or something to the spoolie before you dip it into the product. So I've seen other wax style cake products like this that are very, like they're very stiff. They're very stiff, and they need to have some kind of moisture in them to kind of manipulate and make the product a bit more pliable so you can get it on the brush and then onto your eyebrow. So I'm not quite sure whether this is the same case, whether it's more of like a fluid wax, similar to waxes that come in like eyebrow cakes with the powders and everything, or whether it's like a stiff wax that needs to be wet, like it's more of a cake product, or whether it's more of a cream product. I hope that makes sense. But I'm interested. Felicity says, I'm into the idea of it. Needs more shades for sure. Yeah, I just think it's really weird that there's only 2 shades, particularly Patrick Tar being a makeup artist as well. I think it's a little bit strange that there's only 2 shades. Felicity says, I recently got my eyebrows laminated and it was the best, but I don't have anything strong enough to shape them how I want now that it is wearing off. I was literally talking to my coworkers about eyebrow laminating the other day at work, and they thought I was making it up because I was trying to explain to them how it's done and the effect. I think it looks really nice when it's done, but it's kind of hard to explain when you're trying to explain that they it keeps your eyebrows up, and they thought that it meant like they kept your eyebrows like poking out straight, not straight up. It was very, very interesting conversation. I'd be keen to try brow lamination though, because I do like the effect that it has on the eyebrows, but I'm very low maintenance at the moment when it comes to my eyebrows because I'm trying to make them grow out and look very like Cara Delevingne-ish. That would be the day. Felicity says it looks so good, was a bit weird for the first day or 2. Okay. Yeah, I haven't had I'm too scared to let people touch my eyebrows at the moment because I'm trying to grow them out. It's not really working, but I'm like petrified of people shaping them too thin at the moment when I've left them go for so long. Okay. Next, we have a new product from MAC. So this is the MAC Fix Plus Magic Radiance. So this is going to be 44 Australian dollars for a 100ml bottle. So this is their hydrating spray with vitamin C. So this is 44 Australian dollars, which I think is very expensive. I think the MAC Fix Plus is ordinarily about $30. I think it's that price point. So adding the extra vitamin C and hyaluronic acid obviously has upped the price. I don't know why, but it has upped the price. Does it also have, I wonder if it has, I think it has a shimmer in it as well. I think it has a shimmer in it. I'm trying to, or whether it's just I'm not quite sure whether this has a shimmer in it like the other Radiance mist from MAC, but this has vitamin C in it. I like the idea of this. I just think $44 for a MAC Fix Plus is really expensive. I just think it's insane. I think spending $30 at the moment is like a stretch for me when it comes to setting sprays. So upping that to $44 for a 100 ml bottle, that's expensive. And if, as they suggest here, if you do find yourself reapplying it, reapply as needed to refresh skin. If you find yourself reapplying that throughout the day, you are going to go through this bottle so quickly. I already find just applying MAC Fix Plus in the morning, I go through it really, really quickly. So if you're going to be reapplying it, you're going to go through it twice as quick. I find a MAC Fix Plus bottle, if I use it every single day, just in the morning, I probably go through it in about 2 and a bit months. So if you're applying this in the morning as well as, oh my gosh, I just saw something else that I'm going to point out to you as well. If you're applying this in the morning as well as throughout the day, this bottle's probably only going to last you about a month and a bit. And $44 every single month for a MAC Fix Plus, that's ridiculous. It also says can be used in combination with any other Fix Plus spray. Your face is going to be sopping wet if you use a Fix Plus spray and then this on top. That is way too much. Like, unless you are as dry as the Sahara Desert, you do not need to be combining this with another Fix Plus spray. That is just excessive. That is so excessive. And $44, I think, is a little bit expensive. I like the idea of having the vitamin C and everything in it, but I don't think I'm going to try it. I just think $44 is too expensive. $44 for a setting spray, yes. 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 So not interested. I agree. Like, I thought that this would be a cool idea. I think they sneak peeked this a little while ago, and I thought it would be an interesting idea. But for $44, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Is there anything else? It says adds radiance. So I would imagine that there is some form of shimmer in this as well. And I know a lot of people have said, I think it's their original radiance setting sprays, the ones that have the shimmer in them, have like way too much shimmer in them. So much so that they end up having like glitter splotches all over their face with the original formula. So I think Haley from Beauty News has panned hers. Actually, I think Kat panned hers as well. And they ended up basically waiting for the glitter to settle. They tipped all the Fix Plus out, cleaned out the glitter out of the bottle, and then poured the Fix Plus back into it. So if it's got the same amount of shimmer and glitter in it as the original Fix Plus shimmers, it's probably going to be too much as well. Carolyn says, I don't like setting sprays that make me too radiant. I only want to take away the powdery look. Same. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same as you. I think we have fairly similar skin types, Carolyn. So I do the same thing. Like, I will powder like you wouldn't believe, and then I'll do a quick spritz of like a setting spray just to make my skin look not as cakey, and I'm good to go. So anything that's like too radiant or shimmery on my skin, and it definitely doesn't help my makeup last all day if it's too radiant. I need like that perfect in between. Okay, we have a new hydrating lip oil from oh, that's interesting. I'm sure Jen Love's reviews found that vitamin C dries out your skin. Interesting. Interesting indeed. I'll have to look into that. Same here. Okay. I'm intrigued by your comment about Jen Love's reviews. I'm definitely going to have to look into that and see what she says about it. Okay, so this Jouer product, I'm going to the Gold Coast next week, and Jouer actually is in store at Pacific Fair. So I am going to check out the Jouer stand while I'm there. I'm very interested. But I don't think this one will be there just yet, and I don't need this product as well. But this is a 99% plant-derived lip oil. It's supposed to be high shine, hydrating, formulated with lip-loving ingredients like vitamin E, jojoba seed oil, and apricot oil. It is fragrance-free and non-sticky. So I will say I like the fact that this is fragrance-free, particularly when you're applying it to your lip area, and the fact that it doesn't have any, it doesn't have any like essential oils or anything in it, or not that they're advertising. So that's not going to cause any like irritation or anything on your lips. It does seem to have some pretty good ingredients in vitamin E and jojoba oil, apricot oil. So overall, this formula seems to, it looks nice. Do we have a picture of the applicator? It looks like it's one of those really big doe foot applicators too, like those big, like fluffy doe foot applicators, which I know a lot of people seem to like. So I think that this is definitely, seems like an all right lip product. Not sticky. Like, it's ticking all the boxes, definitely ticking all the boxes. I don't need it though at the moment because I have a lot of lip balms that I need to get through. I'd be interested to know, because I know products similar to this have done the opposite effect, like have ended up drying people's lips out. So I'd be interested to know if there's any ingredients in this that dry the lips out. So yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see some people's reviews on this before I buy it. My lips can sometimes be a little bit sensitive to certain products. I think it's the, what are they called? The Lancome Juicy Shakers. They like dry my lips out, but this looks to be not as full on as that. I don't mind the lip oil. I have a NARS one that I like. Okay. Maybe when I run out of lip balms, I might look into this. I'm intrigued. Okay, the next thing is, it's a little bit, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm excited to see something new from the Stila Glitter and Glow, Shimmer and Glow, Suede and Glow, whatever you want to call it, range. But I don't think this hits the mark for me. So this is a new double dip suede, shade, and glitter and glow liquid eyeshadows. It's a mouthful and a half. So these are a double dose of color and texture. So basically on one side, we have a suede color or a matte color, and then the other side's a glitter. And these come in a duo pack. So I don't know. So we've got like a black, grey, white. There's a few in here that I think will look quite similar to products that they already have in this range. These can be magnetized to each other, which is just a total gimmick. I don't think we need them to be able to magnetize to each other. I think it's just it's a gimmick, and I think they're trying to look a little bit like Huda Beauty with her double-ended products like this. But they do detach, which, yep, cool. I think it's just a waste of money and packaging, having to add a little magnet in the top here. I don't know. I think that some of the marketing images look really nice. I just think I might be over the liquid eyeshadows at the moment. I haven't touched my Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glows or my Shimmer and Glows for ages. They're starting to dry out. So I think I'm kind of over this whole craze at the moment. I think Stila are trying to bring it back, hoping that this might hit the mark for people, but I don't know whether it really does. What do you all think of this? Because for me, I just feel like it's too little too late and I'm just kind of over it and I've moved on. I don't know, maybe I might come back around to really enjoying using them again, but at the moment, I'm just not into it. just not into it. And I just think that this magnetized thing, I just think it is the stupidest gimmick I've seen in a long time. I just think it's totally unnecessary. Like, there's gimmicks that you look at and you're like, yeah, that could work. But there's gimmicks like this that are just a total waste and very unnecessary. Like, it's just stupid. There's not even really colors in there that I look at and I go, yep, I want that. Maybe this one. That's probably about it. The pastels look nice, but these pastels remind me a lot of the Huda Beauty ones, actually, because I think she brought the pastels out recently in her double-ended ones. I don't know. What's the price on these? So they're $24 US each, and I think that's for the duo. When you buy it, you get the duo. And are they the mini size? I wonder if they're the full size or the mini size in the duo. I think they might be the mini size, which as well adds to my fact that I don't want to try these because my minis in my Steelers are drying out really, really quickly. So if they're the mini size, which they kind of look like they might be, if they're the mini size, I definitely will be steering clear of them because I just find that the minis dry out so quickly. Seems to be like some flaw in the packaging with the mini size of the Steelers that just doesn't seem to seal them properly, and they just dry out so quickly. Carolyn says they look cool, but I would reach for a palette or my cream shadow sticks over this. Yeah, and I'm the same. Like, I'm trying to get through my Steelers, my Super Shock shadows, as well as my cream shadow sticks at the moment. So I don't need to bring anything else like this into my collection at the moment. Like, I want to try and clear some of my cream products out because they do tend to dry out quicker. And like shadow sticks last a lot longer than products like the Steelers. Felicity says very meh. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Steeler team, like, I feel like they're like, oh, the Magnificent Metals were so popular. Let's try and just keep going with that. But it's kind of like a trend that's been and died. You'll have to incorporate more of your Steeler minis into your project pan. Yes, I definitely do. I'm going to, I think, try and get through all my Super Shock shadows and like hit pan on them. And then I think I might do a round through my Steeler Magnificent Metals and then maybe go back to my Super Shock shadows. I don't know. I'm hoping that I can do all that in a year. But I think I have like only 2 or 3. I think I only have like 2 or 3 of my Super Shock shadows left that I need to get pan on. So you might see the Steelers come into my project pan soon. If I want glitter, I like my Super Shocks. Yeah, I'm actually like, I bag out the Super Shock shadows something chronic, and I've actually been really, really enjoying them in my project pan lately. I don't think I'll buy any more, definitely, because they're single shadows, and I just don't tend to grab for single shadows that often, like single individually packaged ones. But I have actually been really enjoying pairing them with my mattes that I have at the moment in my project pans, which I was really surprised about. I thought I would absolutely hate it, but I've been enjoying them. So KKW Beauty have come out with some new products. KKW Beauty just seem to be, they just do the same thing. They kind of do it semi-well. KKW, or Kim Kardashian West, she's known for nudes. So I think it's very in keeping with her brand, but I don't think we need to keep seeing the same thing over and over again. So we have 11 nude glosses and the classic 2 eyeshadow palette. So that's it. I don't really have anything to say about this. I think it's a little bit boring. I don't think I would go out of my way to purchase from KKW Beauty just to get nude products. I think I can easily and a lot cheaper get nude products from brands in Australia, from Mecca or Sephora. I wouldn't have to go to the hassle of purchasing from KKW Beauty. to get nice nude products. So they may be cool, like they may be great formula and everything, but I just don't think that I need to buy it. Did that just say complete bundle? Classic to complete bundle. No one needs this many nude lip glosses. Oh, cream lipsticks. Okay, so they're like our cult favorite nude cream lipstick shades will now be available in gloss. Okay, so these are gloss. Formula in a brand new, bigger vial. Wow. Okay, so people definitely don't need more lip glosses than they already have. Yeah, this is just boring to me. I already have all this in my collection 10 times over. I think a lot of people would already have these colors as well. The palette looks really nice. I think you could definitely get some really beautiful looks out of it, but it's nothing new to my collection. Okay. Is this another Morphe collection? I feel like Morphe is the new ColourPop. So we have the... Okay, so this must be another collaboration because this says Meet Morphe Babe Sortie 24A Artist Pass Artistry Palette. We have some amped up pigments, some drip and glosses, So Fly brushes, and a mini setting spray. Okay. I'm happy to see Morphe bringing out some smaller palettes. I will say that. The only time they seem to bring out smaller palettes seems to be when they're collaborating with people. That's a lie. That's a lie. But I am happy to see them bring out smaller palettes. I don't know why we need to keep having these really large pans in there. I think they should just be the smaller size, and then you can add an extra color. I don't think we don't need these large pans. No one's going to be getting through these. Actually, I think there's some photos. Where are they? I'm just going to jump over to Trend Mood because I swear I saw some photos and swatches of this palette somewhere. Where is it? I think it's this. Is this it? Yeah, so these are the swatches. So I will say that the swatches are quite nice. This red, maybe not. That actually looks like they have swatched it wet and then swatched over it again. You can see like the dried section of it. That's a bit dodgy. That's a bit dodgy. Can you see it on any of the other ones? Interesting. This one here is a little bit weird. Surely that's not in the palette. Or are these the... I'm confused. That one looks wet as well. Some of these swatches look really dodgy. They look really dodgy. These actually look like they have been swatched wet. If you look at them. These are quite nice. They do look a little bit patchy though. I don't know about this collection. Wait. I'm confused by this glitter one. Is that in the palette? Or is that one of the lip glosses? Icy Lip Trio. Swatches in Pick 24 pan eyeshadow palette with a mix of vibrant and muted colors. Okay, so all these swatches seem to be out of the palette, and this one has chunky glitter in it from the palette. That's really strange. I've never seen something like this in an eyeshadow palette, like in a pressed eyeshadow pan where it has chunky glitter stars in it. I'm kind of lost for words about this palette because I think the swatches are really dodgy. They look like they have been swatched wet. There is a pan that has chunky glitter stars in it. And I'm just wondering if there's anyone that has actually spotlight steel stars in the same spots as the medium. Okay. I don't believe these swatches either, Felicity. I'm really confused by these swatches. They look really dodgy. Like they have been either photoshopped onto the arm, or they have definitely been swatched wet. Like you can see the bit where they're drying around the swatch. And then this one here, I can't believe no one's speaking about how there's like chunky star, large size glitters in an eyeshadow. Like people get dragged through the coals. Like Tati got dragged through the bloody mud for having pressed glitters, and this girl has pressed chunky stars in an eyeshadow pan. Imagine getting one of them in your eyes. Oh my gosh, that would hurt. So I'm definitely passing on this. We also have the continuous setting mist is in the scent of peach. So the mini one here is in peach. Please don't tell me you get the bum bag with the eye brushes. Ugh. This is definitely a what's the word? Definitely a festival aimed palette. Too bad that a lot of festivals are being cancelled at the moment. They would have like planned for this to be like a festival targeted palette. How much is this? 44 Australian dollars for this 24 eyeshadow palette. That is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, you do get the bum bag with the brushes. Oh my gosh. You get 6 eyebrush and you get the 6-piece eyebrush and face set, and you get the belt bag. Oh my god. Who wants a bum bag with their brushes? That's ridiculous. I am passing on this whole collection just out of principle. I don't need any of that. Felicity says, I think maybe no one expects any better from Morphe. Yeah, I do agree with you. I just don't think it's fair when people get dragged through the mud for having like pressed glitters in palettes, and then Morphe does like the next step, like one step worse, and no one seems to say anything about it. I'm not surprised though. I'm not surprised at all. Okay. Next, we have another mini palette from Morphe from Viseart. This is the Choo Choo palette. So this is inspired by summertime travels of carefree beach days filled with snow cones and sweets. This limited edition petite palette features 8 joyously vibrant shades of neutral and pops of color in both matte and shimmer finishes. Descriptions of palettes always make me laugh. This one has definitely a few too many pinks in it for my liking, as well as the ones that I do like in here. So this pink and this pink, not really my jam. Probably this coral as well. So the ones that I do like in this palette, I already have. So I'm definitely... This picture just... I don't know. Do you guys... This picture kind of turns me off with the swatches. I don't think it makes it look very good. It's kind of like Instagram versus reality. It's a pretty palette, and I think the Viseart formula is quite nice. Just this color story is not my jam. Okay. Guerlain are launching some new shades of their Rouge G lipstick and cases. So we have 8 new cases alongside 14 new shades of lipstick, as well as 1 balm. I kind of really like this kind of custom packaging that Guerlain has. I think they're too expensive, but I kind of like the whole custom packaging thing. Felicity says choo-choo or choo-choo because neither makes sense anyway. Yeah, I don't know where they get the choo-choo name from. It doesn't really make sense. Maybe it's something in French, because Viseart's a French brand, I think. So maybe choo means something in French. I don't know. I'm terrible at French, so don't quote me on that. But I don't know. Maybe it means something in another language. I liked the last mini Viseart one. Yeah, I think that was the one. Was that like the purpley one? I think I know which one you're talking about. Much preferred that one as well. And that one that had the yellow in it was really nice too. Yeah, I really like this whole custom packaging thing that Guerlain has. I think it would make a really nice gift, but they're really expensive. Yeah, I like the idea of them, but I just think that they are really expensive. And the lip balm. Yeah, if you wanted to get like your best friend or your mom or something like that, a bougie as hell lip balm, you could get a really nice Guerlain lip balm with one of these like really cool cases. I like that idea, but for me, like for my personal use and whatnot, I wouldn't buy one. Oh gosh, I have to sneeze, guys. You know when it sneaks up on you and then it goes away and then it sneaks up? That's what it's doing. Yeah, I like the idea. I think they have a really good shade range with these lipsticks. I haven't really heard anyone comment on the formula. The bullet is cut really nicely. I don't know what else to say about these. I think it's a cool idea. I think, like I said, if you want to get someone a really nice gift, this would be amazing. But I wouldn't buy one for myself. Like if you wanted to get your mum like a really nice like birthday present or something like that, I think it'd be really nice. A sneeze disappearing is the most frustrating thing. Yes, I agree. And then it always sneaks up on you. And then it goes away. And then it just jumps out of nowhere at the least expected time. Okay. Now, we spoke about this last week, I think it was, but I don't know whether we knew much about the actual formula. So I'm going to just quickly touch on this again. I basically said that I didn't want to buy this because I was scared about the scent, because I know a lot of the stuff in the Peach Perfect range is quite heavily scented with the peach. So this is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Concealer. This is coming out in 18 shades. Is that it? Hang on. Let me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, yes. This is all the shades. Probably not the best shade range for starters. I don't really see much difference between the before and after. I'm trying to like work out what the differences are. I guess her under eyes look a little bit brighter. This one looks a little bit smoother. Felicity says, yawn, Too Faced. How many face products do they have now, and how long can they ride the peach wave? Rachel says, I can't stand scented products. Too Faced make me bath. The smell and the rich lives matter, dude. Yes. I still think about that rich lives matter, and I just cringe. I just can't believe how out of touch he is. So this is a oil-free long-wearing concealer that instantly hides redness, dark circles, blemishes, and acne. It's enriched with porcelain flower extract, vitamin E, and hyaluronic acid. Yeah, I'm with you, Rachel. Like, I can't stand scented products, and when they, like, I can handle scent to an extent, but when it's something that lingers like all day and you can smell it all day, like, it just upsets my stomach. If it's not something that dissipates really quickly, like once it's applied to your face, if it doesn't settle down. But what was I going to say? I've heard about the whole peach range, that it's way, 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 way too heavily scented. So I'm really worried, especially having a scent. Like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I have like a really heavy scent and I apply it under my eyes, it can really irritate my eyes and like almost make them water. So I think this whole peach range is going to be too much for my face, my skin. I think it's going to do gnarly things to my skin. I really want to purchase the chocolate bar palette. I gave it to my sister because I thought I was over it, but don't want to give them my money. I love their chocolate scented things, but the scent doesn't last. Yeah, I think their chocolate stuff is in a different category. Like, the smell kind of dissipates, and the older it gets, it seems to dissipate even more. But the peach stuff seems to be just way too much. Yeah, fragrances around the eyes is a bad idea. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that. Just the thought of like applying this around my eyes, I was just like, oh no, my eyes are like already starting to water about the thought of it. Okay. Next, we have another product from Clinique. So this is the Moisture Surge Pop Triple Lip Balm in 6 shades. So this is a 3-in-1 product. So the outer layer inwards, you'll find a lip gloss, lip balm, and lip color. Okay. Okay. So this is supposed to moisturize, contains aloe vera, shea butter, and vitamin E. It's a light, non-sticky, soft shine finish. What are the colors like? These bullets look really small. I don't know whether it's just the image, but they look almost like what was that sample that I had? I can't remember. I had like a sample in a little twist up tube. I think it was like I think it was the Benefit Quickie Contour Stick. That's what these remind me of. Just the size. They look really small in that second picture. Felicity says, I like their Black Honey lip products. Might need to look into this one. Yeah, it would just depend on the colors. This picture is not very good for demonstrating the colors. This picture is terrible. When you look at this one compared to this one, this picture is terrible. It says they're launching in Japan in April, and then other regions are to be confirmed. We have no price on these as yet. I don't know. I don't need any more lip products at the moment. No matter how good they are, I definitely don't need any more lip products at the moment. Jouer have added 2 new blush bouquet duos to their blush range. So we have Darling, which has Embrace Me, a warm satin toast, and Love Me, which is a warm satin peachy pink. Then we have Passion, which has Cherish Me, Warm Matte Burnt Amber, and Treasure Me, a warm shimmering bronze tangerine. This one actually sounds quite nice. Oof, that second one on the deeper skin, that looks beautiful. Even this one on the lighter skin. Oh, these look really nice. Like I said, when I am down at the coast, I'm going to be looking at the Jouer stand because I'm intrigued by their products. I probably won't buy anything, but I'm definitely going to look at some of it. This deeper one looks really nice. I would like to see these like swatches, especially of blushes. I would like to see swatches of blushes blended out instead of really built up like this. Like I would like to see both. I'd like to see a swatch on the arm built up like this so you can just definitely see the color and the intensity of the color and what you can get it at. But I'd also like to see almost like a second swatch, even just on the arm, of them blended out so you can see what they would actually look like on the cheeks. So you can get a good idea of how much they can build up and what the color they build up to is, but also the color that they apply as is. Does that make sense? Because obviously some people would want to wear their blush this intense, but I myself don't like to have a lot of blush. I like to see what it looks like really blended out and how it would look on my skin blended out, especially this deeper one. Like I really like the colors of these, but how's it going to look sheared out on a really pale complexion? Rachel said, I would like to see them in store. Yes, I agree. $30 each as well. I think for two blushes is not badly priced. I think in Australia these are about $50, $60, which isn't too bad, I think, for two blushes in Australia as well. They look so pale in the pan. I just watched Raw Beauty Christy use the pale one and it was quite pretty. Yeah, this one definitely looks pale in the pan. But I think it will look, especially this one, I think this one built up on my skin would look really nice. I think it's a good addition to their range, like just adding and expanding their blush range a little bit more. Just like bulking out the colors. I think it's a good idea. I'm still very tempted, very tempted to buy one of the Jouer blush palettes though. I definitely shouldn't, but I'm very tempted because I think Mecca still has the first version of the blush palette that they brought out. Okay, we have a new collection from Colourpop. This collection was designed for me. So this is the Mauve collection. So this is the Making Mauves palette. I don't know why I always say mauve. Sound too American when I say it like that. The Making Mauves palette. We have some blushes in Catch My Vibe and Coast to Coast. And then we have some Luxe Gloss. And we have some Super Shock shadows. This Colourpop Mauve collection is what I've been waiting for. I love the Peach Perfect foundation and setting powders. Don't think I want the concealer though. I did buy the Mauve palette as soon as it came out. Love Cool Tones. I'm glad you're all here validating my Mauve obsession. These blushes look beautiful. I love the imprint on the pan. This collection is very tempting for me. Very, very tempting. Even these Super Shocks, I literally just said I didn't want to buy any more Super Shocks, but oh man, this pink one here, like pinky mauve one. Oh. I don't need it, but I really want to buy it. I'm just going to jump over to Colourpop and see if we have some swatches of this palette on someone's skin. Please tell me we have some swatches. Ooh, that look is pretty. Okay, there's no swatches. No swatches. Just want to see what it looks like. Okay, let's try Trend Mood. Surely someone has some swatches of this palette. Oh, there we go. Oh, man. These are the kind of mauves that I like. Oh, I wish I never saw this palette. I am very tempted. I'm very, very tempted. Ooh. Ooh. I don't care about the luxe glosses. I think I need to place a ColourPop order. Okay, I'm very, very interested in this palette. I'm very interested in the palette and the blushes and the Super Shock shadows. I am very, very interested. I have the ColourPop Flutterby palette. I've seen swatches and I think it's similar enough for me, though I love that mauve palette, and at least it's all eye safe. Yes, you make a very good point. You make a very, very good point. Let me go back to, yeah, I think these are all just pressed shimmers. I don't think it's glitters. Like, this palette is definitely not anything new or innovative, but I love mauves. I love mauves like you wouldn't believe, and this like whole collection I feel like is just made for me. And the packaging actually looks really nice as well. I wish the ColourPop would put the like this imprint, the one that they have on the box, on the actual top of the are they plastic compacts? That's a little bit annoying. I wish that they would go back to cardboard, like everything cardboard ColourPop, like especially with these blushes. I don't think they need to be in a plastic compact. Wish they were just in the normal cardboard compact, like the palette. Fiona says, sound like a whole video coming soon. Maybe. I'm really trying to not buy anything international because the prices at the moment are ridiculous. Carolyn says those Clinique sticks look good. Yeah, they sound good actually with the this is another collaboration between Ofra and March Beauty World, so that's Samantha March. I think these are all existing products just in bundles. So there's a highlighter bundle with Star Island and Pillow Talk. I know those both are already existing. We have the Chick Lit Blush Duo with side 1 and side 2. Huh? Oh, that's these. Oh, they're in there. Okay. It's all coming together now. It all makes sense. So the highlighter duo, this actually has 2 highlighters in it. So there's one here and one here. And then the Chick Lit Blush Duo, so there's 2 blushes in both of these. And then there's a lip duo with these 2 products. Like I said, I think these are all... Okay, so the blushes, there's like one side is shimmery and one side's matte. So similar to the, what are they called? The Cover FX blushes. So I like that idea. And I like that these are in a smaller compact. You can either like swirl them together or use them separately. Like I said, I think these are all just existing products just put in a new compact. So nothing new here from what I can see and what I know about Ofra. It's a cool collaboration though. I think Samantha March is a cool influencer. So it's good to see her getting an opportunity to collaborate with Ofra again. And I think she really likes Ofra. So it's good to see her getting to collaborate with a brand that she really enjoys. We have some more news about the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out collection. You guys know I was so excited about this collection last week. So we have some Cheeks Out Freestyle cream blushes. So these are going to be $20 each. And then the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer are going to be $32 each. And these are launching on the 17th of April. So that is Tuesday. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I am going to try and get my butt to Sephora as quickly as I can to try and swatch these and see if I can get my hands on some of them. So these are all the cream blushes. And then these are all the swatches. So these are much better swatches than we saw last week. So many of these colors appeal to me. This Petal Poppin', Cool Berry, Drama Class, Crush on Cupid, Strawberry Drip, Daiquiri Drip, Summertime Wine. I'm liking all of these colors. And then these are the bronzers. So I think I probably am going to be looking at Amber or Butter Biscuit for myself. But I think they have a really good range of colors and tones in here. They've even got like a deeper, like a really deep, it's got like a purple tone to it. I really like seeing how like the shade range, like Fenty always comes out with a really good shade range and they always cater for that really deep skin tone. I think this would be a really nice color for like a super deep skin tone. Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. And I think this would also be really good for a like a really pale complexion because it's got that kind of ashiness to it as like a contour. I think it'd be really good. I'm so excited for these. I don't know why. I normally hate cream blushes, but I'm very keen to try these and check them out, see what they feel like. I'm actually interested to see how these compare to their stick, like the match sticks, like what the formula difference between them is, or whether this is kind of just like a matchstick in a pan. But I imagine that these are probably going to be more of a creamier consistency than the matchsticks. Rachel says, I have the amber one in the matchsticks and it's a great contour for pale skin tone. That is really good to hear. Really, really good to hear. I'm almost tempted to pick up the matchstick and this and kind of compare them, but I am wondering whether they're just going to be the same. I like the pan idea as well for like more of like a makeup artist kind of usage because they're easier to like dip into with a spatula. And as well, once again, if you want it to be hygienic, I'm trying to like promote hygiene at the moment. If you want it to be hygienic, even for your own self, if you get a metal spatula and you just dig a little bit out and put this onto a metal palette and then apply it to your skin that way, it's going to keep the pan a lot more sanitary. It's going to make it last longer. It's going to stop any bacteria getting in there if you're using a clean metal spatula to just dig a little bit out and apply it that way instead of just dipping your brush straight into the pan. And I think if you want to go down the cream product route, you've got to keep them lasting as long as humanly possible, and keep them like nice in consistency, you want to stop any kind of bacteria getting in there and disrupting the formula. So I am, like I said, going to be checking these out. I'm going to be broke this month, but I'm really interested in those Fenty products and the Mauve palette. Okay, next we have, I kind of really like these. So this is another collection from I Heart Revolution. So this is similar to the ones that they did last year. So last year they did eggs. This year they're doing bunny rabbits, and I think they're so cute. I think that these are so cute. They have 8 colors in them, so 4 on each side. I don't know. Like once you close this up, the powders are probably going to start mixing and falling on top of each other. But I think for like a gift for if you have like a a younger niece or nephew or a younger sister or something like that, even just someone that like can't eat chocolate for Easter, I think that this is a really, really cute gift. Let's see if they have swatches. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Here we go. Here's some swatches. I mean, not the best formula from what we can see in these swatches, but I think it's a really cute idea. And like I said, if you're giving these to a younger person that's just starting to get into makeup, or I don't know, I think that having something that's not so opaque is not such a bad idea. I like it. I think it's really cute. Really, really cute. Okay, we have some more fresh sugar hydrating lip balms. So we have a new scent, blood orange, lime mint, and watermelon. Blech. Gross. Gross. So the top two, I really like the idea of. So the blood orange and the lime mint. I am obsessed with blood orange. I love blood orange. And lime mint just reminds me of a mojito. Thank you. Yes, I'll take one. Watermelon. No. If this is going to smell like watermelon, if it's going to taste like watermelon, I'm not going to buy it. Even just the thought of it makes me want to gag. I hate watermelon. For those of you that are new here and has never seen, and I know you guys think it's hilarious, I hate watermelon. I think it's the devil's fruit. Watermelon, it makes me feel sick. It makes me feel queasy. The smell makes me want to vomit. So anytime that something watermelon related or scented pops up, I'm not going to be for it. Never, ever. But these two, I really like the idea of. Pots that you dip your fingers into, like for a daily lip balm, I am not a big fan of. As like a lip mask. So I have like pots that you dip your fingers into on my bedside table. So when I'm doing like my nighttime routine, I put it on then. But on a daily basis, when I'm like walking around town, touching things and whatnot, pots that you dip your finger into, the thought of it grosses me out. So I would only have something like this for like home use only. I wouldn't put this in my bag because I don't know what you're going to be touching and then putting your fingers in this and then putting it on your lips. No, especially in the climate that we're in at the moment. I don't like the idea of pots that you dip your fingers into. But for home time, like if you're doing your nighttime routine and you're washing your face, you're washing your hands, you're washing your face, you're doing all your skincare and then you're putting this on, that's fine. But for out and about, no. Felicity has watermelon emojis. And Carolyn, oh, I love watermelon, lol. I know you guys do. I know everyone does. I know it's really strange for me to hate watermelon as much as I do. And a lot of people don't get it, but childhood trauma. Yeah, bad memories. I don't even know where I get it from, but I don't know. I think maybe just eating too much as a child, because I haven't always hated watermelon. I think just like eating too much as a child, and maybe I got really sick off it or something like that. And ever since then, I just haven't liked it. Okay, so we have a new palette from Melt. So this is the new Rust eyeshadow palette. So this is actually their Rust stack put into an eyeshadow palette and then adding 5 new shades. Melt seem to be doing this a lot. They did this with their radioactive stack. It seems to be they're moving towards eyeshadow palettes, moving away from the stacks. So I'm predicting that we might probably see this coming a lot more from Melt in the future, where they're converting their stack into a eyeshadow palette and then adding more. So I don't know. If you already have the Melt Rust stack, you're probably not going to want to buy this because you've already got half of the palette. I kind of like this though. I know it's just a neutral palette, but the fact that they've thrown these few mustardy colors in here, I kind of like it. I really like the packaging. I think the packaging is really nice, like with this kind of almost rose gold leaf on it. These mustards I really like. I'm not going to buy it. Definitely not going to buy it. It's not anything special in my collection, but I think it's really nice. I can't really comment on the formula though. I haven't tried the ones that I got for my birthday yet. Shameful, I know. But I can't comment on the formula because I haven't tried it yet. Felicity says, I'm the same with banana. Can't stand the smell. Can't even be in the same room as someone eating it. That's fair enough. I actually know a few people like that. I think bananas as well. It's like they get to that point in their lifespan that they just get really gross. Like sometimes bananas, if they're too old, the texture for me just I can't deal with. Fiona says, I like this. Felicity says, I'm interested in melt, but sus on the formula. I totally get that. I think past things with melt have definitely disrupted their market a little bit. It seems to be a little bit more consistent now from what I've heard, like in terms of the whole like moldiness and growth and whatnot. But I think there's definitely still some hit and misses with their actual formula when it comes to applying and blending and whatnot. But I think in terms of pressing and staying in the pan and the whole like growth going moldy and stuff, I think they have sorted that out. Yeah, I'm not going to buy this, but I saw it and I was like, I'm intrigued. We have some new stuff from Fasali. So this is the Rose Gold Elixir 24 Karat Moisturizing Gel Cream. I like the idea of the gel cream, but I don't think we need to. Really? 24 karat gold melts into the skin, leaving a gorgeous and youthful glow. Do you really expect us to believe that? Oh, Fasali. So this has rosehip seed oil in it and also hyaluronic acid. So it's got some good ingredients minus the gold. I like the idea of the moisturizing gel cream. I think if you are someone that your skin reacts better to gels, this would probably be a good one. But the whole fact that it's got 24 karat gold in it, total gimmick. Don't buy into it. Okay. We have some new products from Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury is grabbing my eye at the moment. So we have some new eyeshadow palettes and we have some double-ended eye pencils. So we have some, I don't know if this one is new. Maybe the eyeshadow palettes aren't new. This blue one looks nice. I like that blue color. The purple in this palette looks really nice. The neutral one and the green one, I can take it or leave it. The double-ended pencils, though, is what intrigues me. I like the idea of having the double-ended pencil. Yeah, I like the idea of having the double-ended pencil. Just the fact that like I would not probably go through a full size of one of these. So the fact that there's like a matte and a metallic on either end, I like that idea. This blue one and this bronze one, it's like a rose goldy, isn't it? Like a mauve and a rose gold. Oh, that's really nice. Actually, they're all quite nice. The double-ended pencils. They're £21, so fairly pricey, but in terms of Charlotte Tilbury, it's pretty on par with her pricing when it comes to everything. She's quite expensive as a brand. I'm interested. I'm interested. If I ever get around to trying stuff from Charlotte Tilbury, I probably would pick one of these up and try. They look really nice. It's good to see her adding some color to her range. Like, she generally doesn't have a lot of color in her range. She's more of like a neutral kind of brand. It's nice to see her adding like some blues and some greens in there. She's known for like her like rose goldy tones and her neutrals, but doesn't often have a lot of color in her range. So I'm happy to see her expanding her range a little bit. And those eyeliner duos. I like the idea of the duo. I like it. Okay. We have another setting mist from Fourth Rage Beauty. Well, not really a setting mist, just a hydrating hyaluronic mist. This would be really nice like throughout summer in Australia, just to like, you know, refresh your face and cool you down a little bit. We have some more gimmicky skincare. So we have hyaluronic acid in this one and ligonberry as well for blue light protection. If you believe in that. There's not much to say about this. It's a hydrating mist. Not much to say. I'm gonna skip over some stuff, guys, because we have been here for a little while, just a little while, because there's still some stuff on the Trend Mood page I want to talk about. This is a new ColourPop collection. It's a collaboration with Mulan. I was obsessed with Mulan as a child, but I definitely don't have a pull to buy this collection. So there's an eyeshadow palette. We have some Luxe cream lipsticks. We have some liquid velvet lipsticks, some Luxe glosses. There's a lip bundle. There's pressed powder blushes. We have a face milk from Fourth Rage Beauty, as well as a lip mask. There's a lot in this collection, a lot. The eyeshadow palette is very neutral. The packaging on the eyeshadow palette is very boring. Like for Milan, I just think that it could have been a lot nicer. I think that it could be a lot nicer. I think the packaging is really boring. They could have gone somewhere with this packaging, and this is what they got. Yeah, I'm not interested in any of this, any of it at all. Not at all. Felicity says can't skip the shiny brow stuff. Okay. We'll talk about the shiny brow stuff. So this is the new Color Stay Brow Lights. 1 part matte brow color, 1 part sheen. Huh? This looks so chunky in the eyebrows. It looks like brown eyebrow dandruff. Oh, that looks gross. Okay, so we have this like duo brow pencil thing on one end and a toothbrush on the other. How many shades? Okay, so this comes in 6 shades, which is a decent amount for brow products. Is that it? This looks gross. This looks really gross in the brows. I don't know why Revlon thinks this is a good thing. Okay. I don't know why Revlon thinks that this is a good thing. Felicity says about the Milan palette that they should have some strong red and gold shadows in that palette. What a fail. Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of things in like Milan that they could have incorporated more into the eyeshadow palette, as well as the packaging. Like the packaging is just really disappointing to me. Felicity says it looks like brown glitter. Who wants this? I know. it just looks really gross in the brows. Like, I don't think they've matched the color 100% as well. It looks really gross in the brows. And I know a lot of people like almost like flick up, if that makes sense. Like, they might have a pencil or a brush and they'll like flick up. This just looks like they've just completely like blocked over the brow, like almost as if this was like a glue stick and they're trying to brow block. They've just like completely like wiped over the brow with it and not trying to give it any kind of shape. It looks kind of gross. It looks like brown glue. It looks really gross. The way they describe this as well. Oh, there's that sneeze that was hanging around before. Okay. MAC are coming out with some new products in collaboration with the Selena estate. So this is a new something. It doesn't even say what it is. This is, I would imagine, like a extra dimension skin finish or something, a highlighter, something like that, in the shape of a flower. Looks very, what's the word? Smashbox and Vlada MUA-esque. Yeah. I don't know. There's not much information about this. I know the Selena collection last time it came out was very, very popular. So imagine that it'll be just as popular again this time. Yeah, I don't know. Not much to say because there's no swatches and there's just a picture of a flower. Okay. Next, we have something kind of exciting. This is the Menagerie Cosmetics Pastel Palette. The packaging on this front of this palette, Menagerie Cosmetics, like A+ for their packaging and the design on their palettes. I think that their palettes are really well designed. This little seal pop, so cute, so cute. So this is a pastel palette. Obviously, there's like some duochrome colors in there. I thought this was the photo that had the no. There is a photo that has the swatches. So let me just see if I can find it. Here we go. This is the one that we're looking for. The swatches of these pastels actually look quite good. Pastels ordinarily can be quite disappointing, but these actually look quite good. They still look like they might be on this chalkier side, which is quite normal for pastels, but they do actually look quite good. Like, they might perform quite well. There's also a black and a white in there, which you can pair well with the pastels, but there's also a trifoil, which has a blue, pink, purple shift, which I would imagine that they've popped in here as like a topper, so you can put it over the top of most of these. I like this palette. I like it a lot. Felicity says the packaging reminds me of Lisa Frank. That's very, very true. Carolyn says cute. Felicity says I really want some pastels, but not all into pastel blue or green for me. That's fair enough. Menagerie. As much as I really, really, really want to support this brand a lot, Menagerie can be quite expensive with their shipping to Australia. Very expensive shipping to Australia. I'm intrigued by this palette. Really interested to see what people's reviews are of this palette. Particularly Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. She reviews pastels and has reviewed pastels in the past. So she has a good understanding of making them work and whatnot. So I'd be interested to see what her thoughts are on this palette. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Carolyn says Huda has you then, Felicity. Yeah, have you seen her? Have you seen the pastel palettes from Huda? Maybe that's the way to go for you. Because she has palettes that are more like color-based. Okay. That's everything on beauty news. I'm not going to talk about this line of lips products because that's boring. Let me find. Okay, I'm just making sure we haven't. Oh, we need to talk about that. Okay. Yeah, we spoke about all that last week. These are really cool. These are some new products from so these are new products from Gimme Glow. So we have 2 new highlighters. This looks amazing, but I wouldn't use it as a highlighter. And this is the other color. Really, really pretty, both of them. These pans are huge. The Gimme Glow pans are like those 44 millimeter pans. So they are absolutely huge. It would take you forever to get through these guys. But they look really pretty. Absolutely stunning. I would use this as an eyeshadow, not a highlighter. If I was going to get either one of these, I'd definitely get this one here. I think it would be more good for my coloring, and I could use it as something called a highlighter. Really nice. So Dyson came out with a hair straightener. Did you all see that? Okay. Felicity says I'm eyeing off the pink one. Karen says, gotta go, have a good weekend. Have a great weekend, Carolyn. Enjoy the rest of it, and I will see you next week. Dyson are too pricey. Yes, that they are. But this hair straightener is interesting. I'm definitely not going to buy it because I cannot afford it. $500 for a hair straightener is a lot of money. But it's kind of intriguing. So this hair straightener is wireless to begin with. And it's supposed to, I don't know, it's supposed to straighten your hair and be really good for it because it doesn't bend it. It flexes with your hair and all that crap. See, this is what a normal hair straightener looks like as opposed to the Dyson. Yeah, you'll definitely see a lot of influencers on YouTube doing sponsored videos on this in the coming weeks because that's what happened with their hair dryer as well as their curler. So it's definitely going to happen. You'll definitely see a lot of videos with people using this. And especially people that already have the hair dryer and the curler. You definitely see it. It looks very cool. Like it looks almost like space-like, but $499. And that's in US as well, by the way. This thing's going to be expensive. So definitely not going to buy it. I think it's cool that it's wireless, but it's just way too pricey, way out of my price range. And I don't use my hair straightener enough as it is, so I can't justify that. I think that, actually this. Okay. We have some new products coming from NARS. So we have a matte bronzer, or matte bronzers, and we also have Orgasm X blush. I just wish NARS would move on from the orgasm. I just wish that they would move on from it. I cannot stand the names of some of the NARS products. And like we've got orgasm, like super orgasm. It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, some of the names. I'd be interested to see what the matte bronzers are like. I don't have any swatches as yet. We might have to talk about it later on. And I'm definitely not buying this blush because I am not supporting the ridiculous name. I think it's ridiculous. I don't even know what Orgasm X is supposed to mean. Like, it's just ridiculous. They need to get over it. It's like flogging a dead horse with the orgasm names and all the sexual names that they have for their products. It's ridiculous. Felicity says, Orgasm X, get a grip, Niles. I 100% agree with you. I am so over it. So over it. I just think they've been bashed that many times by people in the beauty community that you would think that they would be like more educated, but obviously not. Obviously not. Okay. Indie Makeup Spotlight. Okay, we're just going to jump on over to Indie Makeup Spotlight for indie news, and then we will be done for the day. Okay. Okay. This is where we got up to last week. We just spoke about that guy. Okay, what is this? We have Touch of Glam have some multi-shifting glitters. So these are available now as singles or in a bundle. So they're glitters. If you want glitters, I'm not really interested in glitters at the moment. None of the colors really grab my attention either. So definitely going to skip on over these ones. Then we have a new palette coming from Divina Cosmetics. This is the Candy Cakes collection. Do we have any swatches? No. Okay. This color here and this one here looks really nice. They look like they're all shimmers, and they look like they might be like duochromes as well. I want to see swatches. This guy looks like the Amethyst palette from Huda Beauty. She actually even called it Amethyst as well. So this is from Luna Skies Cosmetics. This is going to be $15. And we don't have any swatches again, which is disappointing. So it looks like there's 3 shimmers in this palette. The rest are mattes. I think that's a pretty good mix of mattes and shimmers. But it does quite look like the Huda Beauty one. We've already spoken about that. We have a new palette from Lunatic Cosmetics Labs. This is the Descendant palette. This one here has the... so this comes in their normal like coffin-shaped palette. It looks like it's all matte. The packaging looks quite cool, actually. No swatches. This definitely looks like they're all matte. So if you want an all matte palette, this has definitely got a good mix of them. Like, it's got really power tones, got a few grey tones in there. And then Felicity says the Batman palette. Yes, I think they have the bat shape actually in all of their palettes. I don't know why they do this. The mirror doesn't look very big. Like, it doesn't look big enough to be able to use to do your eyeshadow. So I think that this is definitely just more of a branding thing than anything else. The packaging looks quite cool. It's not overly wasteful as well, I think. They probably could have put a few shades in the middle here. I like the gradient as it goes around as well. That's very satisfying to the eye. $42 US. I'm not interested. Lunatic Labs, I think it's a little bit pricey for my liking. So I'm not going to buy this. I do like aspects of this palette though. And I think that's... Ooh, what's that? So Menagerie Cosmetics have got some new trifoil shadows coming out. So these are $6 each. These look really pretty. They look really, really pretty. They look really pretty. I love like duochrome, multi-chrome colors. We've already spoken about the pastel pup. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is from Shop Peachy Queen. This is the Far Out palette. So this is a very bright palette. If you don't already have a bright palette, this is probably a good one to pick up. But if you already have all your bases covered when it comes to bright eyeshadows, then you definitely won't need this one. There's a few similar colors in here, like these two pinks, these two blues, these two yellows. They're quite similar in color. They look like they're probably almost even swatch identical. So there's a few double ups in colors. Is that a matte? That looks like it might be a matte. Yeah, it looks all right. No price. It's very psychedelic. It looks like a good coverage of colors, but I don't need any more bright colors at the moment. So I'm going to give that one a mix as well. Okay, just give me one moment. Alrighty. Okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, so that's it, everyone. We have finished for this week. We spoke about a lot of stuff today. There was a lot of new beer releases and a lot that I'm actually quite interested in, which is very rare. Ordinarily, I am not interested in all that much, but this week there was a fair few things that I am interested in. I might even end up buying them, which is bad for my wallet. But we'll see. We'll see. You'll find out in my March haul or my April haul what I decided to pick up. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. So that's it for this week. I hope you're all staying healthy and safe and being hygienic, especially with your makeup. Make sure you are preventing any spread of anything when it comes to your makeup. Make sure you're cleaning your brushes and wiping your makeup surfaces down and whatnot. Stay safe, stay clean, and yeah, that's about it. I will be back on again next Sunday. Maybe not at 9 a.m. I have a big week this week and next weekend. So next Sunday may be a little bit later, but I will definitely keep you posted. I will definitely do my like normal, like live stream thing the night before. So you have an idea of what time it's going to be the following day. So yeah, I'll see you next Sunday. I hope you all have a fantastic week. And I will see you in my regular weekly scheduled upload. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you're watching the replay, and if you're here live, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new and you want to be notified about next week's live stream, hit the subscribe button down below. And yeah, I'll see you in next week's video. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you then, guys. Bye.